Day in New York City. Happy Juneteenth. Evan and Tiki here on the fan. We got a lot to get to. The Grimace Mets continue to kick ass and take names.
I can't wait till they lose and we can stop talking about the Grimace Mets.
They will never, ever, ever lose another game. We'll get to that a little bit later on. Plus, what really started last night's incidences between the New York Yankees and the Baltimore Orioles. And I promise you, before we take our first break, we pay tribute to the greatest baseball player of them all, the great Willie Mays, who passed away last night. But this is very simple to me. When you look at the Yankees and the Orioles getting set tonight for Game 2 of a 3-game series. Number one, the Yankees won last night. That's a huge victory. Number two, Aaron Judge is fine. That's a huge victory as well. Got hit by a pitch. He needed an X-ray. He needed a CAT scan. And we were all very, very nervous. And Aaron Judge, on his own, no reports, came out and said, I'm good. I hope to play Wednesday. So that's some of the headlines from yesterday. But the other headline that will lead into today is if the Yankees are going to continue a beanball war with the Baltimore Orioles. And to me, it comes down to one thing. It is very simple. What does the captain want? If Aaron Judge is pissed off at the Baltimore Orioles, then I'm sorry, there's no debate. You've got to continue to retaliate if you don't count last night as retaliation when Nestor came up and in on Gunnar Henderson. If Aaron Judge is, I'm good, I'm fine, then we can all move on. Do you agree with that simple statement, T?
Yeah, I mean, I do. It kind of reminds me back in 2018 against the Rays. I forget what even precipitated this, but CC Sabathia made the determination that he was getting even. And we all remember what happened. He goes right at him, gets hit, gets tossed. Looks over at the dugout and says, that was for you, bitch! Right? Obviously, he said it meaner than that. Yes. But still, you knew it was happening. And you knew the guy that was going to do it could back it up. Like, he just fit the mold of a guy who was supposed to back it up. As I look at this Yankees team, I'm like, who does that? I guess it's Garrett Cole.
Sure.
But
he's the ace. He throws hard. What's the problem?
But he's just back. What happens if he gets tossed in the second inning?
So to me, there are three choices here.
Go ahead.
Okay? Choice number one is do nothing. And you don't have to do anything. We're about to play you audio from Aaron Judge. And what I want Tiki to do and everybody to do as you're listening is determine, is Aaron Judge pissed or not?
Yes.
If he's pissed off and is angry, he's the captain. I'm sorry. I shut down all debate. There's no debate about not doing anything. If the captain's pissed off, you have to do something. So if he's pissed, you do something. That something can be tonight. That something can be the next time you play Baltimore. Doesn't necessarily have to be this evening with the leadoff hitter. The other option is, I'm good. We won the game. Let's win tonight. Let's even up the season series. Let's take a series from the Orioles, which we talked about this yesterday, would be historic. It would stop their streak of winning every series or not losing losing any series against a division rival. Those are your choices. Retaliate now, retaliate later, or do nothing. But to me, it comes down to Judge. That's it. It doesn't come down to Alex Verdugo, sorry. It doesn't come down to Gleyber Torres, sorry. It doesn't even come down to how Sean feels as a Yankee fan, or BT feels as a Yankee fan, or the Bleacher Creatures feels as Yankee fans. It comes down to El Capitan. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's find out. Let's put him in the tiki chair. You're very good at determining what a player means.
I am.
Especially when talking to the media, because you did it a lot.
Of course.
So here's Aaron Judge after last night's game being asked, hey, Aaron, you got hit. Are you pissed?
Oh, definitely pissed. There was a couple balls up and in, but, it's part of it. They like to throw in, so part of it.
Okay, I have an answer. Do you have an answer?
No, he's not pissed.
Excuse me?
He's not pissed.
You don't think he's pissed?
No, not at all.
He literally said, yes, I'm pissed.
Yeah, but he was lying to you because that's what he had to say. He had to say, yeah, I'm pissed I got hit. He's not pissed for two reasons. One, he's not actually hurt, right? He's got a little bit of a bruise on his hand. There is no damage. The x-rays, the MRI came back clean. So he's content that he's not hurt. Also, I think Aaron Judge understands the moment and that it's more important to go beat their asses on the field than beat their asses in the box. I think that's what's more important to Aaron Judge. So, yeah, is he pissed? But I think he has the personality that it doesn't matter. He's not ready to start a war with the Orioles. See, it doesn't matter right now.
It's very funny that you say that. We all heard the same audio clip, and I took a completely different tone from Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge could have said, you know what? It happens. It's baseball.
No.
Balls slip. Of course, I was frustrated in the moment, but that's baseball, Susan. He didn't go that route.
Yeah, but
he went the route of course I'm pissed off.
That's because I feel like people are gassing him up. Man, they went inside on you. Are you kidding me? You got to be mad about that. Aaron is like, okay, what does this mean? What does this even do? We won the game. We need to win this series. We need to stop this ridiculous streak. And they've been dominant over the last 21 matchups. 21? Yeah, 21 matchups.
21 series against division rivals.
Against division rivals, right? That's what I care more about. I got to maximize Garrett Cole's return to Major League Baseball. Our Cy Young Award winner, he needs to be on. That's what I care about.
Yeah, but hold on. You see, what you're doing here is you're making it an either-or. It's not an either-or. We all agree that these games are important. We all agree that winning is more important than anything.
Do you think, because we all know that the tenor of this series, we feel it already. We as fans feel it. Don't you think that the umpiring crew also feels this?
They're not warning anybody before this game. I completely disagree with you.
Are you sure?
I am very sure.
All right.
And I also look.
We will see.
I
would not be shocked if there are warnings given before this game.
If there are warnings before the game, I will tell you right now, I'll give you a strong opinion on that. If there are warnings before the game, I'm not doing a damn thing. And I would tell Aaron Judge, different time, different place, we'll do it.
Right.
Because I agree with you. If your point to me is I can't have Garrett Cole ejected one batter into the game, of course I agree with you. I would never want to go down that road.
Yes.
I do not believe there will be warnings before the game. And if you're Aaron Judge, and I heard that clip, and it sounds like a guy who's pissed off. Now, I will tell you, I think he's crazy to be pissed off because what are the Yankees pissed off about? That the Orioles pitch up and in? It's freaking baseball. You're a great player.
That's why
of course they're pitching up in it. That's how they get you out, dude.
I don't think. That's why I don't think he's pissed off.
He said he's pissed off.
Oh, definitely pissed.
Yeah, but it's like one of those fake pissed off. It's one of those, I have to say I'm mad because I got hit.
Why does he have to say he's mad?
I have to.
He's the captain, dude. He can do whatever he wants.
Because everybody in that locker room was probably pissed off. The staff is pissed off. The coaches are pissed off. Everybody's mad that Aaron Judge got hit. Aaron Judge is like, dude, I'm good. I don't have a broken bone. In fact, Skip, I want to play tonight. Right? Don't give me days off just because I got hit in the little pinky, whatever that little bone is in the back of your hand.
Metatarsal or something.
Tarsal, whatever it is. No, that's a toe. Tarsal. Yeah, you're right. But whatever it is, he wants to play. And so he has to say he's pissed off because he got hit, but he barely got hit. It's not like he got drilled in the back intentionally. This was just a pitcher who went inside and shouldn't be going inside that high.
What does that mean, shouldn't be going inside? I get it that Suarez is this veteran that's bounced around baseball, but just because he's not Greg Maddux doesn't mean he's not allowed to pitch up and inside. I'll defend any pitcher that pitches up and inside.
So I listening to the Yankees broadcast, they said this after the Gleyber Torres hit by pitch as well. Kind of a similar pitch, different situation, but obviously kind of similar type pitch.
And different pitcher. Aiken was the guy who hit him.
Of course. Yeah. But one of the conversation led to, if you guys, meaning as a staff, not just the pitcher, if you guys can't pitch inside, don't pitch inside.
I disagree. I'm sorry. I've heard that for years. I think it's ridiculous. I really do.
Why?
Because I think that you've got
to. You want to hurt somebody?
No, I didn't say that. I said you've got to pitch to get people out. And who is the arbiter of rules on how you can pitch inside based on what your control is? If you're in the freaking major leagues, you pitch however the hell you want. And there are consequences that come with it. Literally, there are consequences. Because if you are.
Not for the pitcher?
Yes, I'll tell you how there is. I'll answer that question. Okay. If the New York Yankees are going to retaliate, and we could argue that they retaliated last night because Nestor came up and in on Gunnar Henderson. But if that's not enough for you, if you're like, that's not enough, I want blood, I want to hit somebody, I want that ass to be hit, whatever you come up with, and someone gets hit and that guy gets hurt, let's say Gunnar Henderson gets hurt. Let's say Adley Rutschman gets hurt, except Adley Rutschman got hurt last night because he's a schmuck who falls on the ground and gets himself bloodied. But let's say it's by a pitcher. You don't think that guy will be pissed at teammate who got him hurt?
Yeah, but
so things take care of itself.
But that pitcher is not now. He's not feeling any pain.
He'll feel pain when he's DFA'd at some point.
Maybe he feels guilty, but it's not like he's unavailable because he's now been retaliated against.
You know this. You don't want to lose a locker room. And I think that if you are...
He's pitching every 5 days.
I understand that. Look, my only point is this. I defend pitchers coming up and in, but what I also defend is if my best player is mad, then you have no choice. If Aaron Judge, and look, we played the clip. It's up for you to decide. What's that cable news network that says we report, you decide? Who's that? Fox News, MSNBC?
Is that a Fox one? That feels like Fox News.
I don't know. I was on MSNBC today, by the way, and I was not talking politics.
I always
Trust me
thought
on
Fox
that.
News was fair and balanced.
Oh.
So, but I know what you're talking about. I've heard that before. I just don't know what it is.
We report, you decide. That's the audio of Aaron Judge. If you think he's pissed off, then I'm sorry, there's no debate. He's the captain of the team. You have to do something about it. Now, Tiki believes, and it's funny, you have a ability that I certainly don't have.
Yeah.
You've been in that position,
Well,
and you're telling me that Aaron Judge, when he says he's pissed off, is lying to
I
us?
also happened to see the clip, so I hear it, but I also saw the.
And what did you
his
see
face,
for the audience that makes you think and maybe them think that he's not pissed?
Face didn't have vitriol in it.
Has it ever?
No, but if you were pissed, think about what we're saying. If you're pissed off, like you're gonna physically see it.
Oh, definitely pissed.
As well as audibly hear it. I hear a flat, no, I'm definitely pissed, but like visually, it's kind of like, I just have to say that because I have to say that. I don't think he's pissed.
I think as the captain.
And it's Mason Bailey because he's not hurt. Like if he was actually damaged, injured, unavailable for the Yankees, then he has a right to be mad. Then he's going up to Garrett Cole and saying, hit that whoever in the face, right? Forget it.
In the face.
Right? I'm mad because I'm out. I'm out with a broken hand for, I don't know, 4 weeks or longer, right? Forget that. He's healthy. He's fine. He's got a little bruise on his hand. He's a massive human being who's tough as hell. He's not really pissed. He's pissed because he's got to say he's pissed because it's good for the rivalry. Maybe to get some guy in the corner of the locker room jazzed up to play even harder today. One of these young kids that's got to, contribute. Cabrera, whoever, Volpe's going to be, more energized because Aaron Judge says he's pissed. I don't think he's really pissed. I really don't.
Oh, I disagree with you so greatly here, Tiki. Two things here. Number one, Verdugo and Soto postgame had a different sentiment than Judge, and that felt more to me.
Because Verdugo is extraordinarily emotional.
But
hell, he was emotional in the moment.
But
he saw him MF in the dugout.
But I think in that spot, I think they were told, hey, pull back because if we are planning on retaliating, let's not get the pre-bench warning, all of that. And why not be united with Judge in that if Judge really wasn't pissed? Secondly, even if Judge wasn't truly pissed when his hand came back and the x-rays were clean, the Yankees in that dugout were even more pissed when Gleyber Torres got hurt because that was the second one of that game that happened like that, or not hurt, but got drilled like that openly. Yes, that was when the cursing started happening with Verdugo. Was it Rizzo was still in the dugout going nuts? Garrett Cole, that's when we got the death stare from him. So I don't think it's about the singular Judge moment as much as, now this has happened a second time in this game. And we lined up yesterday's show talking about the significance of Yankees-Orioles. Yankees had lost 3 of 4 and all of that. Well, last night, Judge doesn't get hit until the Yankees take a 1-0 lead, and it feels like if you're the Orioles, they know it's a big series. Here comes the momentum of the Yankee lineup. I think they planned on doing that to Judge. Maybe not hitting him, but you cannot own this plate the way you've owned it over the last month and a half. Not versus us. They understood it was a big series. The Yankees understand it's a big series. It's time for the Yankees to have a sack of potatoes between their legs and go prove it back now.
You have 3 choices, and I make my decision as a baseball fan based on what Aaron Judge says. I follow the leader. I think he's the most important guy. He is the impactful guy. He was the guy who was hit first. He was the guy getting the x-ray last night. If Aaron Judge wants to retaliate, then you retaliate.
Oh, definitely pissed.
So you got 3 choices. Do nothing. We call that pulling a Met. We got option number 2, which is retaliate immediately and make it obvious. First pitch of the game, fine. And then you've got option number 3. And I actually prefer option number 3 if I'm going to retaliate. When they least expect it. I got 3 games in Baltimore before the All-Star break. I got a game tonight. I got a game tomorrow afternoon. I also have a game at Yankee Stadium in late September. I don't know when I'm going to do it. I have no idea.
Yeah, but if you let it linger on, what's the point?
No, it's got to happen tonight. You can't let it linger.
Why?
No, because the message is now clear. You did this yesterday. We're annoyed. We're not going to let it sit and simmer. We got no time for that. And I don't want to be doing it during more important games in September. You do it now.
And that's and by the way, this is an important game in right now in June. So they need to even this series, which they lost the first series, 3-1. There's 4 games, right?
Yep.
3-1.
Yep.
They lost 3-1. They win this game. It's now even in a sense. And so to me, it's more about that than it is emotional feel-goodness. You know what I mean?
Yankee fans, it's up to you. You want to follow your captain, or do you not even believe your captain's pissed off? We'll get your calls in a few minutes, 888-808-1019. Mets a little bit later on as well. But last night, I think we were all in the same boat. You were watching the Yankees, you were watching the Mets. I found out through the Met game and the Yankee game. I had them both on at the same time. But I heard the news about Willie Mays. And I don't want to make this sad right now because this is a celebration. It's a damn celebration.
Right.
This man lived until he was 93 years old, and he is the definition of the American story.
100%.
So when we talk about Willie Mays right now, I'll tell you right now, there ain't going to be a sad thing we're going to talk about. This is going to be a celebration. And I just want to tell you, as somebody that never saw him play, you never saw him play, none of us saw him play. We heard the legend of Willie Mays. I read books about Willie Mays. I saw YouTube clips about Willie Mays. I will tell you, as a 40-year-old man who loves this sport, what I think about when I think of the name Willie Mays. I think of overcoming adversity. I think of overcoming a horrible time, a disgusting time in the history of our country. I think about, I'm going to give you some baseball stuff. I think about the fact that when he began his career in 1951, and I didn't know about this stuff till I read that book 24 a couple of years ago. You know Willie Mays started his career 1 for 24? Do you know that Leo DeRocha, the manager of the New York Baseball Giants, said that when Bobby Thompson hit that home run, you know Willie was on deck? That if they had walked Bobby Thompson and Willie Mays had come up, he would have pinch hit for him. That's what Willie Mays was early in his career. And guess what he did?
You got to start somewhere.
You got to start somewhere. He overcame it. And then he fights. He misses an entire year of baseball service to fight in Korea. So a war hero. Then he becomes the star that we all know. We remember the clips, right? Vic Wirtz, center field. He knew in his brain, Larry Doby's going to try to score from second. I got to get the throw in. Willie's the legend. He's the legend my grandfather loved. He's the legend Loogie's grandfather loved. But let me tell you something else that happened to Willie Mays. Doesn't get talked about enough because he overcame this. He dealt with this. The Giants moved. Like one of the biggest travesties in baseball. The New York baseball Giants moved to San Francisco. And I never knew this. Willie Mays goes with them. They're in San Francisco. What if I told you Willie Mays was hated in San Francisco for the first bunch of years of his career there? What if I told you that the people of San Francisco, and certainly a lot of it was racism.
Of course. Had nothing, maybe a little bit to do with his baseball.
I'll give you the baseball aspect
but it
of
was
it.
more about the fact that he was black.
No doubt. Couldn't buy a house in Northern California. Nobody would sell this man a house. He's moving to a new place, and he had to overcome that while also playing baseball. And then he got booed in San Francisco for years. And I was like, what? Why is he getting booed? He was getting booed in San Francisco because he wasn't Joe DiMaggio. And Joe DiMaggio was an icon. And you know what hurt Willie Mays? Willie grew up loving Joe DiMaggio.
Of course.
That was his guy. Willie once told a story many years ago that when Joe DiMaggio hit a home run in the 1951 World Series, he surprised no one saw it. He started clapping in the outfield because that was his hero hitting a home run. So think about this, and it's so tough to really comprehend because we all know Willie Mays is like maybe the greatest player of all time and the guy we were told stories about. He was booed in San Francisco because he couldn't live up to the hype of something that wasn't even related to him. And he overcame that. He goes down as one of the greatest baseball players of all time. He's an icon in San Francisco. He's an icon in New York. And many of us are Met fans because of Willie Mays, because our grandmother or our grandfather loved baseball because of him. So you could go to Baseball Reference and see the numbers. You can look it up. You can see that he probably should have won more MVPs because if you go by the new age stats, he was that damn good. But I think of those underrated things and all the crap that he had to deal with from a societal aspect, from a racial aspect, from a he's not Joe DiMaggio aspect to the obvious baseball-wise. He's in San Francisco and home runs go to die at Candlestick Park, and he overcame all of that. He's a true American hero. He's an American legend.
No, you're right about that. But to me, it's simpler than that because he's black excellence. And so many times, I forget the era, could be back when Willie Mays was playing or even coming forward. You need examples in society like Willie Mays. You need guys who are good people, who are hardworking, who are willing to push through adversity, as you just mentioned, Evan, who have a sense of a greater meaning to what they are currently doing. And they are the example. So to me, when I think about Willie Mays, again, I didn't see him play. I just know the statistics and the accomplishments from the storied history of Major League Baseball. But when I think of him, I think about excellence and black excellence, and that's what's most important to me.
Amen. A tribute to the life of Willie Mays. He's a legend. He lived in a great American life, 93 years old. Condolences to the family. We'll take your calls about Willie. We'll take your calls about the Yankees and the Mets as well. We'll get into the Mets later, who won just an incredible game yesterday. The toll-free number is 888-808-1019. And because I love second-guessing and first-guessing, I have the ultimate Willie Mays, not his fault, by the way, second guess that lives in baseball history that could have changed everything.